All right, guys, welcome back. Uh, Pokemon Direct basically just happened. It was kind of a short one, kind of a long one, I guess. It was 15 minutes. Now, it did not feel like 15 minutes. It went by pretty quickly, and I didn't think there was a lot of stuff going on in it. Um, as I was saying, the first thing I was looking for was, uh, you know, I wanted my Pokemon to be running around, and I wanted, just to know more about the gameplay and everything. I mean, obviously it's a standard Pokemon game. The biggest thing that was weird for me was it kind of gave me mixed feelings that the Pokemon game was a little bit of Pokemon were wandering around and a little bit of Pokemon not wandering around. Because one scene they show us where they have Pokemon walking the field in the wild areas, which makes me think that certain parts of the game aren't going to have Pokemon running around that you can catch, and other parts will be random. Because at one of the sections, we saw her walking through the grass, and all of a sudden, an icon comes up and she runs towards it. Now, I don't know if that's, uh, you know, a certain area where you can't see the Pokemon because they're too tiny, and if you could still avoid it, or did you have to walk into it? But then they showed us the wild area, and you could see the Pokemon. So I think it's a little bit of everything. They're gonna have area. The wild areas seems like that's where Pokemon roam, and in the cities, it's more of random encounters. So it may look like it's a little bit of both, which I guess is better than all random encounters, because it makes sense. These walled cities aren't gonna have Pokemon walking through them. Um, so okay, I'll take that. The game is looking good. Um, Pokemon look cool. They didn't really show us a bunch of new ones, just a couple. Um, Overall, though, the game looks great. I haven't really caught up with the Pokemon scene. I played the first couple for the Game Boy. I Ruby Red, Ruby Fire Red, one of those for the Game Boy Advance. Um, and Pokemon Let's Go. Pikachu was the last one I played a little bit. So some of these features may be a little new. So the wild area, basically Pokemon are going to be changing what you see through the area depending on time of the day, weather. I think that's cool. And as you can see, the Pokemon are running around. So I like that. Depending on the weather in the day, you'll be walking through the same area and a different Pokemon will be hanging out. That's cool. That makes me a little happy, but still confused whether the whole game, no matter where you are, you'll see Pokemon you can capture, or if it'll be random battles if you're in cities, which I guess is better than nothing. The direct it fell short. Like, not fell short. It had some good information. For really hardcore Pokemon fans, you'll be happy. Like, this Dynamax feature, I think it's cool. Make your Pokemon really large. Now, it only lasts for 3 turns, so they say you gotta really pick the right timing, but it's a cool little feature. The other thing I like is the max battle rate. Up to 4 players of you can go to this special area in the wild area, and fight them. They stay big the whole time, and you have to try to defeat them, and you get some experience, capture them. It looks nice. It's a nice little add-on. But other than that, after that, I feel like there's really nothing to show. It was kind of rehashing everything they've already shown in the earlier part of the video. The end was kind of cool, I guess. So Pokemon with a shield on his neck, Pokemon with a sword in his mouth. They're legendary Pokemon apparently, and now we know where they get the name of the game from. And they say they're going to play a big part. Still, kind of weird looking Pokemon. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then at the end, they kind of show us that the release date is November 15th, 2019. And yeah, about what I thought. And then right before they show the next scene, I was like, all right, now I got to decide which one I want to get. And then they're like, okay, well, on top of that, there's a double pack. Now, do I need a double pack of Pokemon Sword and Shield? I don't. But it is cool that they're doing that. If it was $100, I might pick it up, but I would imagine they're probably just going to sell it for $120 full price. But hey, if they do a discount, I haven't really looked yet. I don't know, it might be worth it, but I think, you know, unless there's some like really big added feature about having both games and playing through both, or some type of connection, I'm probably just gonna go with Sword. I don't know, I just like the cover art better. So yeah, overall, I felt like the direct was felt shorter than it was, 15 minutes, but it didn't feel like there was a lot there. I still have a lot of questions. I'm glad that there are some wild Pokemon walking around, so that's good. And it's still out until November. I feel like they just wanted to get something out and not show it at E3. I still feel like there's a lot they have to explain and a lot to make the game answer some of my questions. But overall, I give it a C plus, B minus. It wasn't like, oh my god, for me as a normal Pokemon fan, if that's a section of fans, I guess. But yeah, what'd you guys like? Was there anything that was like, oh yeah, that was awesome because of this, or you're like, it really didn't give me much to go off of yet? So yeah, all right guys, have a good night, keep on gaming, and see you in the next video.